Good evening, everyone. Your first forecast is brought to you by Store It at Home. Rent-to-own portable buildings for today. We soared into the upper 90s. It felt close to 105 degrees. We're going to have another hot day tomorrow, and we could see a possibility of a shower or two as we head into the afternoon. But most of the rain will be just a little bit to our east as the system moves a little bit to the east. But it's going to be another humid day. Temperatures will feel like the 100s out there. As we make our way throughout the day, temperatures will remain warm, 74 degrees as we start off your Friday at noon, 87 degrees, and then we reach a high of around 93 degrees in the afternoon. Again, we do have the possibility of an isolated shower or two, and then more chances of rain this weekend. We'll have details on that on ABC 31 News.
Welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Heading off to college comes with a lot of freedom as well as responsibility. CardRates.com recently released tips for students when it comes to those credit cards. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has more in our big story tonight.
As college students prepare to head back to campus, most of them have one thing in common: worrying about money. And credit card companies want to help with that by convincing these students to apply for cards, which may not always be a bad thing. But do they really understand what they're signing up for when it comes to that card that can be so easily swiped to make a purchase? CardRates.com was created with the goal of working to better educate consumers about the benefits and risks of credit cards. Editor-in-Chief of CardRates, Ashley Dull, recently released consumer expert tips, do's and don'ts for student credit card use. The do's: keep track of your purchases, pay in full each month to avoid interest fees, and redeem your rewards on a regular basis. And the don'ts: waiting until the last minute to pay your bill, opening too many cards at once, and don't forget to take advantage of student perks. While applying for a credit card may be tempting when you could use some extra funds, especially for college students, make sure you know what you're signing up for before making the commitment. You can find more information on topics like this at CardRates.com. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
A Pineville man was arrested for attempted murder after what appears to have been an altercation on Highway 107. 48-year-old Mark Allen Vanderwater is accused of shooting at the victim, who had reportedly tried to stop the suspect by blocking a driveway. Deputies say Vanderwater was on a Harley and pulled a pistol from his vest, fired at the other vehicle, and shattered the glass on the driver's side. However, that driver was not injured. Crime Stoppers is asking for your help in IDing a man who used a scam to steal a couple of pressure washers worth about $2,200. Happened at American Chemical on Oak Lane Road in Pineville on the morning of July 6th. That man said he was an employee of a local business and had been instructed to pick up the new pressure washer that had been ordered for them. The man said they were using a loaner. However, when American Chemical called the number being used by the alleged employee, they say they got no answer. When they tracked down the business, they were told no order had been placed. If you know anything about this and can help Rapides deputies, you may be eligible for a reward. After a man in Livingston Parish received a counterfeit $100 bill, experts are reminding citizens of what to look for when it comes to checking to see if your cash is the real deal. Earl Phelps has the story.
I want my money.
That's what Danny Ferris of French Settlement is saying. All he has is a photocopy of the $100 bill that police gave him after he reported a fake one.
I got one in my pocket. It looks identical to that one. You can't tell no difference in it.
Ferris claims he got the bill from the bank, but when he took it to the store, they said it was no good.
They had marked it and it turned brown, and they said it was no good.
Is an embedded security strip that runs from the top of the bill to the bottom of the bill.
Local Secret Service agent Tara McLeese describes how to spot a real $100 bill.
Or is you want to hold the bill up to light, and you should see an embedded strip that runs from the top of the bill to the bottom of the bill.
The U.S. Secret Service office in Baton Rouge has collected this large variety of counterfeit bills, from props used in movies and foreign counterfeits with Chinese letters.
For motion picture use only here.
The agent says they are seeing more phony cash because of the city's location and the season.
We believe that's due to the summer travel season, heavier traffic on I-10. Again, it's a small uptick. It's not as large as we typically see during the holidays. That's when we do get a greater uptick.
Give me a copy of it.
But as far as Ferris and his $100 bill, the agent says he may have to kiss that one goodbye.
The Kiwanis Club of Alexandria met earlier today for their weekly meeting. Sissy Franks, the owner of Organized Development Solutions, joined the club today as the guest speaker to talk about the topic of resilience.
The topic today is called When Life Throws You a Curve, Strategies for Building Resilience. And we're going to look at some tried and true, research-proven strategies for how, when things are not going well, we can overcome. We can be overcomers. It can be anything from transformative reframing, but we want to remember to have faith and fun and realize there's a future, and that we want to bring our family and friends in as support groups, and that's what we're going to be talking today. Strategies to build resilience on a personal, on a group, and on a community basis.
During next week's meeting, Bart Schmolek will discuss something most Louisiana residents are more than ready for: LSU football. In a few months, Next Level Academy will give local youth a once-in-a-lifetime experience. ABC 31's Shar Thomas stopped by to get the inside scoop.
If you have a youngster ready to play ball, you want to make sure they're doing it right, especially if they are learning from the pros. St. Law Fall Ball participants ages 7 through 12 will get the chance to experience a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Next Level Academy will be hosting a free baseball and softball clinic October 6th from 8 a.m. to noon. Owner of Next Level Academy, Jeremy Johnson, says it's all about giving back.
The clinic's going to be an opportunity for kids to come out, have an interaction with minor leaguers and also instructors, coaches. It gives us a chance to give back to kids that may not be able to afford it, and give them an experience that is definitely, being around professional players could ignite kids.
Professional baseball players Jake Winston and Jonathan Davis will be in attendance to spark up that talent and teach them a few of their skills. Head coach of Next Level Academy, Trey Bourne, says it's more to the sports than just hitting and catching a ball.
I experience a lot of things, just not only skill sets. I've experienced, mature growth in kids, mentally and physically, becoming better baseball players and also becoming better young men. I see where a lot of kids, when they participate or involved in extracurricular activities, the grades increase and they become better people.
If you would like to know more about Next Level Academy, visit their website at nextlevelacademy.net. Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
Pineville Park Baptist Church invited church members and residents out to a Cajun feast. With school starting, the church is kicking off its fall program, so church members held a Cajun cook-off yesterday. The meals of choice were jambalaya and fried fish. There were inflatables set up as well, and plenty of tables for playing cards. LBM Productions is preparing to bring the musical Mamma Mia to the stage. They have auditions for the show coming up next week.
We need adults, and we will accept, of course, college kids and high school kids. We ask that you be at least 13 before you audition. So, but mainly adults. It's a multi-generational show, and we're going to do the age-appropriate casting. So we need grown-ups, and then it's a story about a girl who is getting married, and they live on this beautiful Greek island, she and her mother, and she doesn't know who her father is, and she's always wanted to know. So she invites 3 men that have a past with her mom. She finds out in her diary, and so they come unannounced to this wedding, and that's kind of the premise.
Auditions for Mamma Mia will take place August 23rd through the 25th. You can visit lbmproductions.net for more information. Purslane is a heat-tolerant and drought-tolerant plant with brilliant flowers that provide beautiful splashes of color. On this edition of Get It Growing, LSU Ag Center Horticulturist Dan Gill talks about this great plant for late summer.
If you're looking for something to brighten up your late summer landscape, I've got a great plant for you. Look at the brilliant colors here, bright, vibrant, energetic. This is purslane, and purslane is amazingly heat tolerant. It produces these gorgeous flowers in many shades of oranges, reds, magenta, yellows, really hot colors to energize and invigorate your landscape. Not only is it heat tolerant, but it's also drought tolerant. The foliage of purslane is succulent. It is able to store water. And so you can see these purslanes in these hanging baskets. They're a great choice because baskets dry out so fast this time of the year. Well, the purslane can tolerate those drier conditions and still do very well. The flowers open in the morning. The plant closes up at night, so don't put this someplace where you'll be out in the evening where you want to enjoy flowers. They won't be around then. Put it out where you can enjoy it during the daytime when the flowers are open and beautiful. Lots of bees and butterflies will visit these plants, so if you're a pollinator gardener, this works in well with your pollinator gardeners as well. In addition to hanging baskets, you can put these in containers, mixed containers with other plants. They'll look beautiful, kind of cascading over the edge, softening the edges of containers. They will bloom until the first freeze in November or December, so you really get your money's worth. So think about checking out your local nurseries now. Look for some purslane and use it freely in beds, in containers, and in hanging baskets for bright, vibrant color all through the late summer and into the fall. Forget it growing. I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.
And for more information on other lawn and garden topics, visit lsuagcenter.com.
In 10 years, my kids have grown up. I become a grandfather. And I even have a few more gray hairs. I've gotten to know myself better by meeting you. It's you who taught me to listen. You've inspired me. You've given me hope. And you've been here for the ride. Together, change happens. Our journey is just beginning. Are you all ready for season 10? Yeah!
The Dr. Oz Show, season 10, season premiere. Dr. Oz, weekdays at 11 on KLAX TV. Like us on Facebook. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.
Welcome back, everyone. Sizzling temperatures today, another sizzler tomorrow with the heat index close to 105 degrees in the afternoon for your Friday, and then clouds will start to increase. We do have the possibility of an isolated thunderstorm or two in the latter part of the afternoon. More chances of rain for this weekend, and some of those thunderstorms could bring some heavy rain, and then we're going to see a slight drop in temperatures over the weekend. So it's not going to be quite as bad as today, where our high was around 98 degrees. Leesville around 96, Lake Charles 96, and of course if you factor in the humidity, which is quite high, our dew points are around 73 degrees. Anything above 70 is very oppressive, and that's what we're seeing right now, and it is very sticky outside. We are going to see high pressure build in from the west, and it will keep our chances of rain just to an isolated thunderstorm or two in the afternoon. The best chances of rain will be a little bit to the east and a little bit to our north, but overall, again, we do have that possibility of a shower or a thunderstorm that could stray into our area, and then we're going to have better chances of rain this weekend as a cold front gets a little bit closer to our area. But overall, temperatures will be slightly below normal for the upcoming days. In fact, we'll drop down into the lower 90s this weekend, and that's because of the cloud cover that we're going to see, and that will last into the early parts of next week. So we are going to see a little bit of a break from all this heat. And speaking of heat, all the wildfires out to the west. This is a new product from NOAA showing the forecast for smoke from these wildfires, and as you can see, the impacts of it really stretching all the way to the east, impacting most of the country. The areas that you see are in the red right there. That's areas where it is very dense, but in the blue it's a little bit more of a haze, and we are expecting for your Friday afternoon we could see a little bit of cloud cover, a little bit of haze, or some of that smoke from all the wildfires out to the west. So it's going to affect our sky just a little bit as we move into the next 24 hours. Temperatures tonight, though, we are expecting it to be down to around 74 degrees in Alexandria. Mainly clear tonight, humid, calm conditions as well, and then our high tomorrow around 93 degrees. There could be a few afternoon storms. Of course, if the clouds get here a little bit earlier, we're going to hit those low 90s, but if it gets here a little bit later, it could be a little bit warmer than that. We drop down into the low 90s as we move into the weekend with more chances of rain. Continuing rain chances into early next week. Our highs around 91 degrees for your Monday and Tuesday, and we'll stay in the lower 90s as we head into early, or I should say in the middle of next week with more rain chances. Scott?
All right, thank you, Kim. We all know smoking is bad for our health, but could the weight gain that often follows quitting be bad too? With this Medical Minute, here's Arlette Saenz.
We have all heard about the many long-term consequences of smoking for our health. A new study out today tells us that for those of us trying to quit, swapping the cigarettes for extra calories is not such a good idea. Researchers from Harvard School of Public Health found that people who gained weight after they quit smoking had an almost 1 in 4 higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The risk of diabetes decreased over time, and it was not seen in those who quit smoking but didn't gain weight. Experts would also like to remind us that quitting smoking decreases the risk of cardiovascular disease and has been shown to help people live longer lives. Quitting smoking is without a doubt the best thing you can do for yourself and for your loved ones. But watching the calories as you quit and perhaps substituting smoking for exercise might be more beneficial in the long run.
Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
The sexiest curve on your entire body is your smile.
And women can be beautiful and smart at the same time.
Strong, confident, kind. I love that you are authentically you in every way, shape, and form, and I think that freaking is awesome.
Weekdays at 2 on KLAX TV. Download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.